You expect to play?
I think so. Yeah, I felt all right during shoot around. It's a little sore, like I said, but I think it'll be okay.
Must be a fast healer.
I'm young, quick healer. Yeah, I'm still very grateful. It could have been a lot worse, and so it's sore, it's a little tender, but it'll be okay.
Was there some nerves when you woke up yesterday? Just
yeah, no,
I
it's just like test it. It's like, man, is it still there? But yeah, everything's gonna be okay.
We spoke to you the other day about your message to Deron. What stands out about this Cavs locker room culture versus maybe other teams that you played on?
Well, I think, everyone talks about championships. Everyone wants to win a championship, but not many people they want to win a championship doing it their way. You know what I mean? Like, I want to win a championship, but I want to get mine and along the way, And I think this team really understands sacrificing yourself and preparing every day and what you have to do to your mind, body, and spirit to be sharp through June. And I've been on some really good teams, but this team really gets it. Obviously they've been there. LeBron's played in how many finals in a row? And there's just a different level of maturity, I would say, and just how you prepare yourself and how you approach your day and how you approach the locker room, and it's unique.
But even with the maturity, there's a silliness or a lightness to this group, and you've got a bunch of nicknames. Guys are doing podcasts, Snapchat stuff like this.
Sure.
How does that affect you?
And really, you only talked about Richard and Channing. So everybody else is really mature. It's just those two you gotta worry about. No, I think that's part of it. You have to have a lightness. You can't be so intense every day. You can't be drilling home every single point and getting upset about every single play or game. Like, you understand that there's a process, and you keep on trying to get better, and you want to be peaking at the right moment. And I think this team gets that.
Kyle, what will Deron's skill set bring to this team?
I really think it's an incredible fit. Deron's someone who can play with the ball. He can get us into sets. He's obviously been a great point guard for a lot of years. He understands the whole team, getting guys into their spots and executing an offense, which is good. He's got size. He can switch on defense. He can play with the ball. He can play off the ball. He's a really good shooter. There's not a lot of point guards that can do both, and he's capable of doing that. He's a smart player. He's a veteran guy. He wants to win. And I think all around it's a really good fit.
I presume he still remembers where you like the ball.
Yes. Well, if he doesn't, I'll remind him.
I was reading some quotes about what the atmosphere here is like, but do fans appreciate, or people who don't play the game understand what it's like to leave an organization you've been with for a long time and essentially drop into a brand new setting? Is it difficult? Is it easy? And I'm speaking of Andrew too, because there's word maybe he'll come here as well. What are the pluses and minuses of coming to an organization, not just in midstream, but well past midstream?
There's definitely a lot of adjustments. The first time I got traded, I didn't have a wife and kids. So you add that into the mix this time around. Just that in itself is it's a big deal. You're adjusting to a new team and a new locker room, but your family's also adjusting, and how they are and how they feel affects you a lot as a player, right? I think you can get, when you get traded mid-season, you can go into a good situation or a bad situation. And I think fortunately here is a really good situation, which has made it a lot easier for me. Veteran guys who have been welcoming and helpful. No one's mad that you might take a couple of their minutes or something, because that happens sometimes too. I think Griff's done a great job of finding pieces that fit well together here, and everyone understands their role and the need for them. So yeah, it's not ideal. The NBA is an amazing job in a lot of ways. Like living stability is not one of them, right? Like, you can get traded at any moment, and your whole family can feel that. So, but like I said, you get traded to a good situation. I think that's what we have here.
How long does it take to get in the flow? Do you feel that you're in the flow now? Did it take a week, 2 weeks, a day, 2 days?
Well, I think one of the hard parts about getting traded in the middle of the season is there's not a lot of practice time. I think I played like 5 games. First 5 games I played, I think we practiced maybe once, maybe had a shoot around. You know, you're kind of learning on the fly, and so that's tough. To happen, you know, to not have a training camp and not have a preseason with a new team. So it takes a little while, but I think right now I feel pretty good about where I'm still learning things, and I'm still trying to get better at, you know, understanding what our team is doing in certain situations. But overall, I feel pretty good.
You just mentioned that it's great when organizations find those good pieces together. So how helpful or how does it affect your mentally and your team?
Knowing that we have good pieces that fit together, I think it's important. You know, there's a lot of teams that feels like they have 5 of the same player, and those guys are battling out for those minutes and battling out for, you know, who's going to play, you know, start the game, finish the game, and all those things. And I think everyone knows their role, knows they're here for a reason, and that helps a lot.
Knowing Deron the way that you do, he's been a starting point guard for so many years in the NBA, and here he would be coming off the bench. How do you think he would adjust or handle that new role?
He'll be fine. He'll be fine. I think he knows, you know, coming here that, you know, this is the role that we need from him. I think he can still be a starting point guard next year if he wants to go somewhere else, and he knows that. But this is an opportunity to come and win a championship possibly, and, you know, play at a high level and be a part of a great team. And I think, you know, when you get, I don't know where he's at in his career all the way, but, you know, he's 10 years in. I don't know where he's at. You want to be on good teams, and you want to be competing for a championship, and he sees this as a really good opportunity.
You talked to him since the other day?
Yeah, talked to him. We've been texting a bunch and talked on the phone once, so he's excited.
Kyle, when does that moment come when you go from, like you said before, I want to give mine to, you know, it's about winning championships? So I know it's probably different with every player, but is part of it getting a little taste of that and having some playoff experience and maybe coming up short? And
yeah, I think so. There's so many factors, you know.
Yeah.
Like I think it's different for different guys, and I think, you know, your culture and the team that you're on either speeds up that process or delays it.